All right, let's jump right in. We've all been talking about AI and jobs, right? But what if I told you we're thinking way too small? This isn't just about AI replacing a task here or there. We're talking about AI replacing entire departments. Yeah, we are moving way beyond simple bots. Welcome to the era of the AI workforce. So check this out. Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, says he's in a betting pool for when the first one-person billion-dollar company happens. Now, think about that for a second. That sounds completely wild, right? Unimaginable. But he's not just making a funny prediction. He's pointing to something huge. And that's something, well, that's the AI workforce. It's the engine that could actually pull this off.
You know, for the past couple of years, the whole conversation has been about automating little things. Hey AI, write this email for me. Hey AI, make an image. That's cool, but it's just the tip of the iceberg. The real revolution, the big one, isn't about automating tasks anymore. We're now talking about automating entire departments. The whole workflow, from start to finish.
And look, if you think this is some sci-fi thing that's decades away, think again. Gartner, the big research firm, is predicting that by 2028, just a few short years from now, a whopping 15% of all work decisions will be made by AI agents. Let that sink in. We're basically going from 0 to 15% in the blink of an eye. This thing is moving at an absolutely breakneck speed.
So a number like that probably has you thinking, okay, what does this actually mean for real business? This isn't just some new flashy piece of tech. Honestly, it's becoming as fundamental as having a website was back in the early 2000s. You just have to have it. Let's get into exactly why companies that ignore this are going to get left in the dust.
I mean, the advantages here are almost ridiculous. It's like a business superpower. You've got a workforce that operates 24/7. No breaks, no sick days, no vacations. Need to handle a sudden surge in demand? Boom. You scale instantly, no hiring process needed. The quality of the work? It's perfectly consistent every single time. And the best part? It all happens at a tiny fraction of the cost of a human team. It's a total game changer.
Okay, so how do these things actually work? How do you build one? You might be thinking it's some super complex technical nightmare, but it's actually more straightforward than you'd imagine. So let's pull back the curtain and look at the anatomy of an AI workforce.
All right, the fundamental building block of this whole thing is something called an AI agent. The easiest way to wrap your head around this is to just think of it as one digital employee, a single worker. It has a super specific job, like find potential clients or schedule meetings, and you give it only the tools it needs to nail that one job.
But obviously, you can't run a whole company with just one employee, right? And that's where the AI workforce comes in. It's exactly what it sounds like. A whole team, a whole department of these specialized agents, all collaborating. It's like a digital org chart where each agent knows its role and they all work together to get a much bigger job done.
And what's so cool is that it's all built on 3 pillars that honestly apply to any great team, whether it's made of humans or AI. It's simple, really. First, you need specialization. Everyone has their own specific job. Then, collaboration. They have to talk to each other and pass work along. And finally, coordination. There's a system, a workflow that makes it all run smoothly. That's the secret sauce.
This is where it gets really fascinating. The reason building these is becoming so accessible is because an AI agent is structured just like a human employee. I mean, look at this. The prompt you give the agent, that's its job description. The tools you give it, those are its skills. The knowledge base, that's its company training. And its memory acts just like real-world experience. It's incredibly intuitive. All right, I know this can all sound a little theoretical, so let's make it super concrete. Let's walk through a real-world example, an entire AI workforce built to be the ultimate meeting assistant. We're talking about a team of agents that handles everything from scheduling to follow-ups.
Okay, so at the top of the food chain, you've got the orchestrator. This is your team lead, your project manager. You give it a simple command like, hey, book a meeting with Sarah about the Q3 launch. The orchestrator understands the goal and immediately starts delegating all the little pieces to its specialized team members.
So, what's the first play? The orchestrator taps its researchers on the shoulder. One agent, the participant finder, zips through the internal company directory to find your teammates. At the exact same time, another agent, the lead locator, is already in your CRM, finding the external client's info and doing a quick search on them online. All happens in seconds.
Now, let's say you need a presentation for this meeting. No problem. The orchestrator assigns that to the presentation designer agent. This agent instantly grabs all that research, pulls data from your company's internal documents, and poof, it generates a polished, professional-looking slide deck, all before you've even finished your coffee.
Okay, we've got our people, we've got our presentation. Now it's time to actually book the thing. The meeting booker agent steps in. It cross-references everyone's calendars, finds the perfect open slot, and sends out the meeting invite. Done.
But it doesn't even stop there. This is the amazing part. When the meeting starts, a note-taker agent actually joins the call. It transcribes the entire conversation, but it's smarter than that. It identifies action items, automatically creates tasks in your project management tool, and then, once the call is over, it emails a perfect summary to everyone who attended. The entire process, from start to finish, is automated. So when you see that whole workflow happen flawlessly, without any human intervention, it becomes obvious, right? There's a brand new job emerging here. Not a coder, not a programmer, but an architect. Someone who can design and build these systems. And that, right there, is the huge opportunity for you in this new economy.
This really brings us to a crossroads, a fundamental choice. This tech is here, and it's going to change things, period. So the question you have to ask yourself is pretty simple. Am I going to be replaced by this technology, or am I going to be the one who builds with it?
And this is the best part, honestly. You don't have to be a coding genius to do this. Not at all. The role of an AI workforce builder is more like being a strategist. You're the one who understands the business problem. And with new tools, you can connect these powerful AI agents. Think of them like Lego blocks to build an incredible solution. It's about vision, not just code.
And there's already a clear 3-step model for how you can turn this skill into a business or a career. It's simple. Step 1. You go into a company and diagnose their problems. Find the slow, manual processes. Step 2. You design the perfect AI workforce to fix those problems. And step 3. You deliver the solution and completely transform how they operate. It's a powerful value proposition.
So, we'll leave you with this. We are at the very beginning of a massive shift. The ability to design and build these intelligent systems is, without a doubt, becoming one of the most valuable skills in the world. The AI workforce revolution is here. So the only question left is, are you going to be a spectator or are you going to be a builder?